Agatha Christie's novel *The Clocks* is a Hercule Poirot novel, and it was written in 1963. It's kind of a case of the little mystery novel that couldn't. This is a novel that has all of the elements of a classic Christie novel, and it's so many interesting little bits to it, and yet one can't help but feeling at the end a little bit disappointed in the denouement of the piece. I like several elements in this novel. We have this kind of neighborhood in London where called Wilbraham Crescent, where a young man who does some kind of Secret Service type work is he's kind of looking for someone in one of the houses there, and he walks by a house and a woman comes out screaming that there's a dead body. This young woman has been sent to this house by at a secretarial agency where she works to do some dictation for a blind woman who's doing some writing. And she shows up there. The other woman is not home. She walks into the living room, and there's a dead body on the floor, and she's shocked. And then the blind woman comes in and is about to step on the dead body, and the woman screams and says, "There's a dead body there," and goes running out into the arms of Colin, our kind of young hero of the piece, and Colin Lamb. And Colin's kind of working on his own case at the same time, but his interest in this murder at this old woman's house has piqued his interest, as well as the young woman who fell into his arms. So there's a little romance, there's a little espionage, there's a murder case. The other interesting thing, the novel gets its title from the fact that in addition to, I think, 2 or 3 clocks that the blind woman owned in her house, on the mantelpiece were several clocks all set to a particular time, which those of you who have read a lot of Christie will know kind of harkens back to an earlier novel, the Seven Dials Mystery, where we have a body in a room and there's a bunch of alarm clocks that are supposed to wake him up, but they never do. And and then what happens is one of these clocks goes missing. And it happens to be a clock that says that it has the name Rosemary printed on it. Of course, Rosemary connected to remembrance. This idea could also be a name, and I have to say that even though I was a bit harsh on this book initially, the elements that are in it are very interesting. Poirot seems a bit incidental to me. He's just kind of sits in his place, and Colin Lamb visits him and tells him what's going on. You do get nice little bits of of kind of, working class and middle class neighborhood life, as well as some very nice prose. She has a really nice section where he goes into a bookstore and talks about how really the books have taken over this bookstore, and that they were in control of everything happening, and it's rather nicely written. So while the mystery itself maybe plods a little bit, it's an enjoyable read because because of elements like this, because of these little tantalizing bits. It's almost like she was less concerned with the mystery and more concerned with being mysterious, and also writing something of some quality. So I do like the writing on it. It doesn't seem like her powers have started to fail yet, except for the plot just is not quite there. I guess I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Up next, I'll be reading Miss Marple novel, Caribbean Mystery, and which puts Miss Marple on holiday in the Caribbean in the West Indies. So we'll check back soon.